The title of it is North Carolina seeks to ban participation trophies for children. So here's the context to it. 3 senators in North Carolina have introduced a bill into the local legislature that would ban participation trophies for children. Youth sports or other youth recreation activities operated under the authority of a local government shall not include awards for participants based solely on their participation in sport or other activities. So it's not like a pure ban because they can't control every sport that happens, but anything that's under the local government, like you either win or you lose. That's it.
Yeah. I miss that, to be honest. Okay, so one, we never grew up participation trophies.
I
It's
mean, I
either
I did a little bit. I
you
wasn't
did,
good, but
I
I
did not. You wait, are you a favor of participation trophies?
oh hell no.
Oh, I thought you said you were. Okay.
No. I received them as a child, but like definitely you're either first or you're last. There's yeah.
No, for me it was, oh my goodness. I can see why they were made because people, but so I'm gonna go back to one of our alumni always said this, but good enough is the enemy of great. And if you're trying to be great or really proficient in what you're doing, falsely celebrating something, saying you're doing well in is a lot is lying to them. You're doing them a disservice just because you're telling them that they're already proficient in what they're doing, giving them an award, but you're not pushing the next level of development on those internal conversations on how to develop a skill set, those fine-tuned details you need to figure out. It's like I said way back, I think we talked about it. We talked about so much stuff. I'm not sure if it hit the pod yet, but how to like imagine it's a folder, just 2 folders, and you just kind of go like, okay, soccer. Then you kind of zoom in, then you go like you double click, and it's 3 positions. You have def defense, midfielders, strikers. Then you could click on that, like, okay, what's a striker do? You talk about how many they can strike the ball, how they're gonna kick. Okay, if I do a free kick, how are you gonna kick it? How are you gonna get like a spin on it? How are you gonna get like a knuckleball type of stuff? Like you can fine tune details, but you just say, oh, you're good enough, like good job. Okay, cool. There's no need for me to get it. That's just my thought process on things. So I was never received participation trophies, but I also had really great to coaches and my parents and brothers like would just say like, "Hey, you got this." Like regardless of what it was. So I was still fearless, and I was like, "Dang!" Like I was blessed. I was really blessed to have that. And I know a lot of people don't have that support, and that's why I probably see why it was developed. And that it could be a double-edged sword, but overall, I'm not a fan of participation trophies. So yes, that is my 2 cents.
I completely agree with you. I think we're in the same boat here. I think if the objective of what you're doing is to win, then you should receive an award, right? Or whatever that reward is if you win. If you don't win, that doesn't
Hmm.
mean that you can't be, like you said, encouraged that you tried well or tried your best. Like, all of that is not dependent on the fact that you get a participation trophy or not. And I think that's part of the piece that you like learn some grit, right? Like the
Hmm.
most
Hmm.
every time that we took an L, like I remember playing football, wrestling, soccer. I mean, pick your sport. When you lose is when you learn the most.
Right.
That's when you
100%.
feel that pain. I mean, at times I've cried. I remember especially like when you're in that championship and it's like you against that one team that like are rivals and you take that L, like it hurts. It hurts everybody on that team. But that's that stuff that like you build inside of where when something doesn't go your way, you're
Hmm.
not going to get something as like a consolation prize. And you're going to have to reflect on yourself of like, okay, well, what am I going to do different next time to make sure I don't feel that way again? And
Hmm.
yeah, I losing I think has been in a way devalued in our society at least today where I'm kind of in favor of this. Like I mean, if I said this once, and this could be completely different once I actually have my first child. But if my child played on a sport and got a participation trophy, I'm taking the trophy from them.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to actually receive it. And they could question me why I took it, but I'll let the kid know. I'm like, you can get a trophy when you win. I support you. We can help break down what you did wrong, but there's no reward for not winning when the objective is to win.
Yeah. I think, and outside of winning and losing, like it builds that internal callus. So that grit you refer to when you get kicked down, even in a controlled environment, by control I mean sports, you're building like how can I stand back up and knowing that I'm not just gonna get out of it or be celebrated by it. Because in life, you can get on the other topic with like your clubhouse topic, they get fired. What are these small little increments of like pain in a controlled setting or hurt or internal like doubt? If that happens, then holy crap, what do I do now? Who am I? How am I going to persevere through this? How can I push myself out of this rut to go through it? And when you give that, when I see the participation trophy, again, it's more I'm good enough, but also says like I'm fine. I don't need to work on it. I'm okay enough. And I think that to me, that does not have the grit to it. That prevents like a little bit now, like, oh, this happened to me because, and then you can go on the list of things, instead of saying it did happen to me, and what can I do about it?
I think maybe our perspective is because we both played sports that
Mm-hmm.
we've we've developed like a perspective on it. I mean, all my participation trophies, like, kind of got them, but mostly just threw them away. The ones that actually meant something were the ones that you're like, this is when we won, right? Like
Yeah.
you have a
This is when I got
participation
something
trophy
out of
that's
it.
there. No one cares about that. I mean, hell, I didn't even care about it unless it was a cool ass trophy. Like, I didn't care. I was like, no, let me tell you about this other one where there's a story where I got a concussion on the journey of getting this damn thing, you know?